work real quick. Alright. Can this get going? Can this get going? What's up? What's up? Welcome in. How we doing? Why are you not loading? What is going on with you not wanting to load? You look, I am focused. I'm trying to get something to work. I'm trying to. Well, I'm not real. I can't really do anything to get it to work. I'm just. I got a lot on my mind right now, to say the least. So I've just been really focused on that and solution creation and stuff of that nature. Who can? I don't know. I'm not really too sure who came to you last night. That's, there's not really much information about what you just said other than that. So I don't really know how to answer that question for you, It's a very vague question. I don't even know who you are. So I wouldn't even know who came to you, regardless. Yeah, my hair grows fast. I didn't got a reason to be worried about my hair not growing fast. It's always grown fast. But how are we? How are we? I don't know how. This is gonna definitely be a shorter stream. It's not gonna be 2 hours. But we're doing it. Just following orders. Just following orders. Y'all know how it is. Well, what's up? How's everyone doing? That's interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry. I read literally everyone's comment like 3 times over. I don't know why. I just had to. I am multitasking a lot more than usual right now, but we're making it. Anyway, yeah, the DNA upgrades, they've been very bizarre. I have had a lot of feelings, a lot of inner fire moments. That's happened recently. Within the past 4 days, it's been going crazy, but then tonight it just really smacked me upside the head. So that was fun. But yeah, all the upgrades are happening. Everything's moving. Also, the Pope's dead. I don't know if y'all know that, but the Pope is dead. I don't care what the news outlets have said. I got news from source, and then I found a news article a little bit after, about like 3 days ago. The Pope was like in the hospital, and he was dead, and then 2 days ago it was fact checked, and they said that it was a lie. And then today, one of my friends sent me a screenshot saying the Pope might have died, like actually, because it's like the news is getting ready to announce that the Pope is sick. And usually, whenever someone of high importance like that dies, they wait like a few days. They'll give him like a week or so within the news outlets and shit, and then they'll finally bust it out for everyone to. Yeah, but you can look it up. You can. The Pope was in the hospital. Uh, I don't remember what for what, but I don't think the Pope is alive anymore. Like I don't. That's personal. I'm just gonna say he's dead because that's what I personally am receiving. That don't mean that it actually could be. You know, he could just be in the hospital, sick. But you know, from what I've been gathering and what from like what's been going in and out, especially with like the alignment with how the universe is kind of just going right now, there's a probability that the Pope would just kick the bucket completely. Um, yeah, dating is definitely a colorful experience. I slowly got back into the game of it, and it's been a very interesting thing to say the least. But welcome in, yo, welcome in. Yeah, the Vatican's always been fishy like that. They're always fishy like that. But yeah, there was just like a random news article one day that popped up on my feed. I was like, "There's no way," and then it's just been going on crazy. Yeah. I really just I don't have the time right now to even like I'm exhausted. I don't got time. I'm not even gonna talk about it. As a Catholic, you respect the Pope. That's fair. You can do what you want. Me personally, though, I don't really have a reason to respect the Pope. Mainly because I don't really interact with the Pope, so it's more of a touch not be not situation. Yeah, that's just what happens whenever man gets power, though. Man will just distort things and confuse everything. Yeah, I know about the cheese cave. I'm not really too sure why, um, but I know it's been a thing. I feel that. I literally just got out of a bath, so. Alright, so when you're doing shadow work, past or present, and it's just the feelings of it. Um, that whenever you're doing shadow work and only the feelings come through and it's not giving you any sort of like actual like physical memory, is because it's not that it's attached to the physical anymore. Now you're just trying to figure out where that feeling came from, why you follow that feeling so tightly, why that feeling is still there and what it's trying to show you. Lots of times, and it can also even be with just you not being able to have a direct image. So it could be either too many things that relate with that thing, or you're just not having a clear enough mindset to actually have the images pop up. But a lot of time when you're doing shadow work, it's really just based on the feeling. Because when you're focused, when you have those memories of a person, of an individual, it's still attached to that flesh. It's still attached to that person in some regard, in some degree. So that's showing you that there's still something from the physical that you need to do, like forgiving that flesh and then working on the actual events and the energy exchange that happen rather than just the energy itself. So whenever you like really just pay attention because it could be any of those things. You know, it depends on the person. So if you're not really having anyone come to mind when doing shadow work and it's just that feeling, then figure out why that feeling is still there. Because if it doesn't have any sort of flesh to attach to, then it's really just something that's inside of you. And I mean, it's all inside of you, obviously, but it's something that's trying to call at you to do deeper lookings into, without trying to compare it to someone on the flesh. It may be a little bit confusing to digest when doing shadow work that way, but it definitely will allow you to see the truer meaning of where that what that feeling is. Um, it could be things happening around you for sure. It could be it could just be like events that are like triggering and proxying. Thank you, Poppy. God, I'm just so tired right now. I looked at it and I just didn't want to say a damn thing. So thank you. We already got rid of one. But anyway, it could just be like things around you, events around you proxying that. It could also have to do a lot with Venus. Um, just being Venus right now because Venus and what is it? Venus and Saturn are conjunct or something. They're either trined with Jupiter or they're conjunct. I really can't remember right now, unfortunately. But I know that Venus is up heavy. Mercury's fading away. I know Saturn is a big play of things right now too. So just watching out for those as well. The words right. I did not. All right. We love multitasking. That's all I do. But yeah, that's about it for like the shadow work. Just being aware, because especially with the planetary alignments and the new moon, all of that is just a huge roller coaster. I have literally got flashbacks the past 24 hours of a past cycle, and I have been in a constant war um, with trying not to relapse back into a way of being. And that way of being is really just holding someone more important than my own being. And the funny part about the whole thing is, even they were like, "Don't do that," without me even saying that that's something that I do. They were saying, "Don't do that." So it was definitely just a really big reminder for me to know that I have a big heart, but not to overextend because that's just an issue that I have. But regardless, that's what's going on. And thank you. I'm glad that I've guided you through a lot. Um, I've gone through a lot. I've guided myself through a lot. So I'm glad that I'm able to help others move on through their own stuff. Of course, different situations, different energy, different people, different understandings, overstandings. However, but I'm just glad that we can come here and connect and truly walk this journey together. That's really it, because I don't know. I feel a lot better um, with my craft, with what I do, doing it this way than how I used to, honestly. It feels a lot more authentic, it's a lot more fluent. Um, it's a little bit more energy exhausting, I will say for sure. It's a little bit tantalizing sometimes because you never know who's going to pop up and do X, Y, Z, and that's not really something I worry about. But still, it's a lot of energy to worry about. Um, a lot more introspection for me, so it's like helpful on that part. But I enjoy doing it this way more than the past way of it. But I keep the past ways up just it's someone needs it. Just because I don't need it no more, just because other people don't, doesn't mean that there's someone else that doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because I know a lot of people who would go through rebrands would be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna delete everything." I was like, "No, like, why would you delete everything? Because whatever you posted in the past is gonna help someone. Like, it's a path that you walked, and even though it's not an exact path that someone else is gonna walk, it'll bump heads and stuff." well, bump heads in like a, I don't know why I said bumped heads. There's better terms. There's better terms. It's just not. I'm not. I have not been in a very term energy when it comes to things. It's just Mars leaving. I'm finally no longer struggling against mental forces. So I just whatever. I guess. Yeah. There's been a lot of interesting energy. How am I? I'm stressed. I gotta keep it a buck. I'm stressed, but I'm making it. I'm not like, I'm not gonna explode because of the stress, but it's just stress. Ain't no reason to try and say I'm fine, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you, Bobby. I actually have those moments a lot. I have to really sit back and think, what would I say? Like, what would I actually say to someone right now? I do that a lot because I get lost all the time within my own mind. You know, it's just like I really have to go, you know what? I'm just not. Am I doing it? Am I saying? Am I giving myself the same advice? Am I following the advice that I'm giving? Like, what do I need to do differently? You know what I mean? No, that's the thing. You can't be authentic and then do something that you don't want to do. You know what I mean? Like you can't just be going, "Oh, I don't like doing this," and then do it anyway. The fuck? Like are you just like saying you don't like doing it? Cuz I have those moments too where I'm like, "I don't like this, but I actually do." I have those moments too. But like do you actually like what you're doing, or are you just saying that to put on a mask to like make yourself go through it? You know what I mean? Like there's like the only negative in that sort of connotation energy that you could give for feeling like certain ways is by you making yourself feel bad for feeling that way. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. It's the Libra and the Gemini. Because the Gemini has me split in two, and the Libra's like, okay, look, both of you had to be balanced. And I'm really in the Aquarius, leave me the fuck alone unless it's like important energy right now. Like that's how it is. Like that's what I really have to like. Being a triple air sign is an adventure. Being a triple anything sign, like anything within the same element, is a wild ride. I don't get it. I don't. Uh, I don't remember signing up for it, and that's kind of a lie. But at the same time, like, really, like it's kind of funny, but like it's not. Because I'll know what I have to do, and then I just won't do it. But because it's a Gemini situation, I really won't do it. It's not even that I won't think, oh, maybe I should. It's like, no, I just won't. This is the Gemini in me. And then again, like masculine and feminine Gemini characteristics are completely different. And then like whatever gender you are, your opposite twin is going to be repressed in that sort of way, just with how Gemini works, with it being the twins. And it's just a whole bunch of issues. And welcome in. It's just how it is. Not unfortunately. Fortunately, that's how it is. You know, it could be a lot more complicated than that. But it's not. But it's not. Yeah, it's a work in progress. We all gotta work on it. No, seriously, it's what we go through. I don't. It it doesn't get any more simple than that. We ourselves are a twin individual. That's why Gemini is related with the minds. You have two minds, two brains. The right part of the right brain and the left part of the left brain. Um, that's why dolphins have four brains, which is really just two brains put together because they have two whole rights and two whole halves, and we have one half of each whole. I have interesting Taurus placements, so definitely. Welcome in, welcome in. So I can definitely see how being a Taurus would make life extra interesting because my placements. It's weird because my placements like they they help me with what I'm supposed to be doing, but at the same time they stab me right in the back because they are in the two worst planets for them to be in, while also being the two best planets. But because they're in this, it's just awful. It's the planets and the houses that they're in, and it just rips me to shreds because it's supposed to be with communication and networking, and I'm awful at networking. I don't want to network with people unless it's like an actual thing. I don't want to waste time. No, it is funny though because it's literally like my Taurus placements are in my Jupiter and my Saturn. I'm like, oh, communication, but you hate communicating. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't like explaining things, but I also like explaining things. So tell me how that's gonna work with the Gemini placement. Two, fuck me. Now I have to look at four different parts of the same thing. I hate it. I love it, but I don't at the same time. 'Cause I love doing what I do, but I just don't like talking. I just don't want to talk. I don't want to network. I don't want to talk, but I love meeting people and I love talking. So fuck, what do I do? Yeah, everyone's like that. You know, that's the funny part. Everyone's like that, but everyone that I meet is a social butterfly. Like, and I think that's an everyone thing too. But everyone I meet in real life is a social butterfly, and I can't even keep. It's like I can keep up, but I don't want to. It's like I'll talk if I want to, but I just don't want to. Mm-hmm. Like if I don't know. In times, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm gonna leave it like that. We do attract a lot of them. Any dream destiny you have? Well, I mean, my destiny is my dream. So, yeah. You can't, I mean, you can dream of a destiny, but you can really only create some sort of fate. I'm pretty sure I spelled that right. I don't care if I did. I don't want to move my phone. I'm lazy. I think that's the one thing that's kept me from going live a lot is the fact that I'm gonna be multitasking when I go live, and I just have to get used to that. Like I really am just gonna have to get used to that because there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, and I have been not exhausted, but making excuses for one thing or another. That's why I didn't go live yesterday because I was so hyper focused on one thing, and I was like, I just don't want to stop doing this one thing, and I just didn't, unfortunately. It's a work in progress. It is a work in progress. We gotta keep things authentic. We can't be lying. We can't be acting better than anyone else because I know people who are the same way as me, and it's just how it is. And not only that, it's just all the all the energy. And if like the Schumann resonance, when was it, like yesterday or the day before? had horizontal lines, which is not normal at all. Like you're supposed to have vertical lines, not horizontal. And then we had horizontal lines. And then there's so much stuff happening. And then tomorrow's the 1st of March, which really indicates like the start of like the start of the creation, the of the new year, if you want to think of it that way. It's like turning the car on finally before you hit the gas pedal. So then you have all this new energy coming in. You got like the whole month of March to really like game plan and change the next what 30 years, 25 to 30 years or something like that. Um it's just a lot. Uh, uh, son of a bitch. I don't know why I even said that. I gotta go back and I gotta go figure out why I said that. I've just been it's been a day. Oh lordy. Yeah, I'm tired of going on social medias. I'm really I can't. I was on social medias. I've been on it crazily. I've been on nothing but Instagram, like nonstop, and I'm tired of it. Like it's getting on my nerves because it's I'll be working and it's like, oh, I gotta go to Instagram, and I'll just sit there and scroll. And it's not even doom scrolling because there's nothing like sad or violent or like agitating on my feed, but I would just sit there and scroll, and then not it's you know what and you know what I mean. Yeah, no. The art base like the 15-year karmic cycle for the cardinal signs ended this beginning year. So literally um after that the next 20 to 30 years are going to be life changing. A lot of people are going to be setting up generational wealth. A lot of people are going to be finally getting into those relationships that they've been wanting. A lot of people, holy shit, I forgot about doing that. I forgot all about doing that until now. It has nothing to do with what I was just saying at all. I just remember I had to do something, and I'm gonna like make a note of that. I have to make a note of that because it's been I think 3 or 4 days. Oh my god. I get so caught up in stuff like that. Anyway, but like the next like a lot of people are gonna be setting up their lives for the grand scheme. Um um for this month. I can't fucking think. I had to just exhale for a minute, but yeah, I see Instagram is like my main thing. I'm trying to not be on Instagram a lot, but it's just my thing at this point. Like it used to be Facebook, and now it's Instagram, and it's unfortunate. But that's just the cycle of how things are gonna go until I fully like disconnect from it all, which is definitely gonna happen. I have a planned device for things to help me with that, so that's gonna be fun to put into action. But other than that, I mean, I've just been kind of riding the wave of um, completing things slowly. Oh, yeah, that did not happen for me, luckily. I'm glad that that didn't happen for me because I was on Instagram on the 26th. I know for a fact. And I did not see any of that, luckily. Actually, I wasn't on it that much. I really wasn't. What was I doing the 26th? That was literally like 2 days ago. I don't remember what I was doing. I wasn't on Instagram too much though, but I didn't see any of that, luckily. Luckily, because I mean, like, I know that's a thing though, especially whenever stuff like this happens, whenever like alignments and changes, like energetic changes and level ups and stuff. Like, it always happens. There's always that switch where things get fucking crazy. It's like you either get a bunch of gore or you get a bunch of hypersexual things. Things just like whatever will attach to your lower chakras, and they just want to drag that like pull down hard. But I feel like once you start, once you start really living, yeah, and the fucking internet messes up a lot too. The internet messes up a lot, or like pages won't load. Like, they want you to be in those lower chakras, but genuinely, like, once you start working in the higher chakras, once you really find the cycles that those lower chakras are in and start working with them, and then move to the higher chakras, you almost get like a warning of like what and what not to do. You immediately get like switched somewhere else. No, actually, I remember my the it was all day yesterday. The internet did not cut off once. But on the 26th, it cut off so much, and I was trying to talk to someone. Like, I was trying to like have actual conversation with someone and figure out what to do, and it kept cutting on and off and on and off, and it was really annoying. But then all day yesterday, nothing. It did not cut off until like maybe 2 hours ago. And that's been the only time. They really want to like nail this in. Have you seen the color of chakras? Yeah. That's a chakra. I'm blind. Which one? Because my association with some of the chakra colors are completely different than what's taught. And I've always seen them that way. Like, for instance, my crown chakra is not purple or white, it is iridescent. I don't know. I mean, I know why, and I believe it's to, I think I should say it's instead of believe, but I think it's, just where it's the all crowning light, so all light would be there, so there wouldn't be any sort of color missing other than, the illusion of color. So that's how it is for me. And a lot of people say that like their third eye is indigo or violet. Mine is just straight purple. I don't, you know what I mean? It's just different. I used to see my, throat chakra as white. It depends really on the mood and what I'm working on, but my throat chakra either pops up as a white or a light blue, and it's very interesting. But the rest of them, normal. Like heart green, the solar plexus is yellow, the sacral's orange, and the roots like red. Other than that, like those are the only different ones that I tend to get. And I'm not too sure why, but it's definitely a fun thing to have. It's probably because I have synesthesia, and that just allows me to see colors within certain like frequencies and harmonics. Is the turquoise throat chakra good? I don't know. Personally, I'm not sure if the colors of the chakras, like the interpretation per person, means anything in the grand scheme of things. It most likely does, but I feel like it's more of personal preference and how you see the actual color. Because some people will see like red, but they'll see this orange red, and they'll still classify it as red, and other people classify it as orange. So I think it's more of that. Um, the only thing that you would really need to be worried about with your chakras is if you can't feel the energy circulating through them when you're meditating on them, or they are like dim, because they'll visually be dim. They won't be as bright as they need to. They'll be dimmed down. Also, if they're spinning in a counter way, I forgot the ways that the chakras spin. I think I talk about it in the chakra system playlist. But your chakras have a certain position that they spin, either clockwise or counterclockwise, and that's dependent on your gender as well. Um, but that's a thing. Those are the only things that you could really like watch out for. Can you explain the zeal chakra? I don't know anything about those, unfortunately. There is someone. Her channel is the Goddess Keys. It's the god here. I'll have to spell it out. And she literally goes through a lot of the chakras. And I'm talking about stuff like your knee chakras, your palm chakras, your highly like she goes over a lot of them. So definitely for those, go to her, because I didn't know that they. I mean, I know they exist. I don't know anything about them. I learned a little bit from them from a video that I watched of hers, but that's been almost a year ago, and I haven't done much work with them uh since then. I haven't really felt a calling to. If you're a faithful person, what color? I mean that again. I'm not really sure if your faith even changes that. It's just more of your interpretation of like the color. You know what I mean? Like some people say that your throat chakra is like a blue, but that blue is also like a light blue. So some people might take that as like a baby blue, or however like a sky blue. Some people might take it as like a dark blue. Well, which chakra are you talking about? That would be white as well. And again, like I wouldn't know like if fate would like faith would I don't know why I said fate, but faith would like change that. But yeah, it's really all down to personal preference. Like you can know the color, but you'll just experience it differently. You have something intrusive in your aura, and you're a shaman. Um, do you have a rain stick? Work with the rain stick if you have one. Um, Specifically, if you have a rain stick with a skull on it, a deer skull, or um, anything to do with antlers, and that should help remove some of that. But using rain sticks is a good way to cleanse your aura. Um, as you know, rain is a good way to cleanse the auric field around you and your skin. Using rain sticks like that, or just listening to rain stick sounds as well, will help that. Listening to like light rain noises while sleeping and things of that nature can also cleanse your aura as well when it comes down to that. Got you. I get that. But, you know, rain sticks and rain sounds, rain stick sounds, things of that nature would definitely help cleanse that out of the aura. And just when it becomes persistent, whenever it pops up, just really focus on that. How can fasting and getting healthy fit into spirituality? Well, fasting is a spiritual thing. And getting healthy is more of just respecting the body, which will allow you to be more open and receptive to like yourself. At the end of the day, um, it's just important to treat your body as a temple, as it is a temple of like your soul. It's the seat of your soul. It's the seat of the divine. So treating it with utmost respect. But fasting cleanses out your body of toxins, and it prevents you from being overstimulated. because whenever you're eating food that's working, your body's working. It doesn't matter if you aren't eating a lot, your body is constantly working. A lot of foods take up to 6 hours to digest, even longer for some. um, and it's very important um, to give your body that rest. It really takes 2 days fully for your body system to be flushed completely. That's why some people who do like 1 day fast, they'll eat very, very light the next day, and that flushes out the system. But whenever your internal body is moving too much and working, that can cause stress on you, because it's ramping up your stomach acid, and your stomach acid, whenever too much comes in it and interacts with you, that causes a lot of stress and emotional misconfigurations and stuff, a lot of emotional upbringings and things of that nature. Um, so just being aware of that, but just getting healthy as well, it does lift the spirit. A lot of the reasons why people aren't as motivated or as determined as they want to be in life is actually because of a lack of exercise. It does clear the mind. It clears a lot of the toxins as well. It loosens the muscles. A lot of trauma, a lot of stress gets trapped in your muscles, and just doing like a 30-minute exercise, whether that's just 30 minutes of yoga or stretching, however it is, really does clean up your body and allows you to really just relax, and not be tensed up. Because if you're not moving your muscles, then whatever emotions, whatever feelings that you're having that are causing stress or whatever, are going to make those muscles tense up, and that can cause cramps and amino acid buildups, and you don't want that to happen either. Yeah, you got to be careful with fasting as well. Um, getting your protein from fruits like dragon fruit or jackfruit, and like eating nuts after fasting, to get your protein back, is a good way to keep that muscle. Um, but all in all, like, just be very careful with fasting. It's not really something that you need to do unless it's like a religious thing or you're just wanting to fast. Just being very careful and knowing like what you're gonna eat afterward. And as well, like if you're gonna take a fruit fast, do like grape fasting. There's all sorts of things like other fastings other than just not eating food. You can eat no foods except for one type of food as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, then all the junk foods and sodas and stuff, because a lot of this, every single soda has a crazy acid amount, and that causes muscle cramps and muscle spasms and stuff of that nature. Um, nah, see, that's the thing though, because you're already like whenever people have that. I just read your comment really fast. I'm locked in now. But when a lot of people do things to relieve themselves of stress, they go to another thing. The reason why you overdo it so much is because your body is already so used to ingesting something, and now it needs to make up the work that it's not doing with whatever you're not. So like the amount that you were smoking, the amount that was working your lungs and your whole blood system and your blood pressure and your heart and all that stuff, now the food that you digest has to like equal that of a somewhat of a similar length with the rest of your body, so that it can feel like there's that fulfillment still. So it's something you just have to wean off of you. Definitely though, but if you're wanting a reading, definitely get a request for one. I would normally not do that, but I'm in a really rough situation right now, so I have to lock in with that sort of thing right now, unfortunately. Um, but I'm always down to do readings. I'm always down to do readings for people, no matter what it is. I didn't even charge my phone. How is it already on 20%? What is going on? I didn't do a damn thing before I got in here. I didn't check if anything was gonna work. I just said let's go. And now my phone's like about to die. I got it though. But yeah, definitely like the best way to like, because a lot of people say it too, the best way to quitting smoking is like exercise. Same thing for like eating. If you are gonna like stress eat, be sure to exercise a little bit after, like 30 minutes or so, 20 minutes to 30 minutes after like exercise, whether that's just like walking or whatever, just so you move your body, so it's still constantly in like internal external motions. Of course. I mean, that's I literally I wasn't thinking about doing your reading at all. I just got the notion to just hurry up and do one, and I was like, okay, like why not? I'll go ahead and I'll do one real quick. Um, and I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna be real. I haven't slept in like 3 days. Oh man, it's been nuts. I've had 2 hours of sleep in the past 3 days, actually. Um, time is just going crazy. I feel that. I feel that. Email me, and I'll get you set up. Cause I'd rather just have it like if you're wanting sort of answers like that, I'd rather just be one-on-one. So email me, and I'll see what we can do with that. If you need the email, it's in the pin message, and if you need me to copy and paste it, I can. But we'll work something out. I'll see what we can do. Of course, no worries. I'm exhausted too. I've been tired the past like 4 days. I have not, and it's the fucking Schumann resonance. It's the planets. I just can't sleep. I don't want to sleep, and then when I get tired enough to sleep, I can't. It's not. I have something that I have to do by the time I have to go to bed. So it's like, okay, well I'm gonna stay up and continue to work. No, it's not. But that's just acclimating to what's going on around right now. That's just everything kind of configuring and mismashing up. Like right now it's almost 1:30 and I shouldn't be up or on this, but here I am. Here I am, and there's nothing I can really do about it. I mean, there's really not. See, that's the thing that we're all here. So it's not even like me. But it's like I want to go to bed. I just can't. There's not a bone in my body that's gonna let me sleep. I just won't. This is gonna take forever. I'm just gonna flip it upside down and wait for it. I'm not gonna do that right now. Yeah, it's just the times right now. It's just how the times are. And we're just gonna work through it. That's all we can do. That's all I want to do is just work through it because I know by the time it ends, I'll be able to sleep. And part of it is just stress. Part of it is really just stress. I just can't sleep when I'm stressed. My body just does not work like that. Oh, it already hit the top, damn. It's basically already out. I don't know why I'm so entertaining it. But I am. I'll be happy though whenever all this energy like chills out, because it's been fun, it's been adventurous, it's been very showing on what's going to happen for the next, for for not only just for the collective but for individual, on an individual scale as well. So it's been very showing of what's going to happen. It's just you have to be in that energy. You can't get to that level unless you already embody it. So the only way you can embody it is by allowing it to exist inside of you, and that takes a toll on the body. So that's always something as well. And welcome in, welcome in. I know I said it wasn't gonna be a 2 hour. I don't want it to be a 2 hour stream. I'm really thinking about it, and I just don't. I just don't think I want it to be a 2 hour stream. I don't need to be up till like 2:30 on YouTube. I don't know how that's gonna be, and I'm just nervous to see. But I'm not gonna end yet. That's not the case right now. Yeah, and then I yawn. And that's the thing, I've been yawning like crazy, like I'm supposed to be falling asleep. No, I'm just yawning. I just can't. Yeah, see, I need to readjust too. Like, bad. I've been... Because I'll nap throughout the day for sure sometimes. And it won't even be like... It will be like 5-minute nap, 10-minute nap. And it's like, okay, well, there it is, I'm done. Now what? It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Always, always. I don't... It's just been like I said, this is a bit of an odd stream. I don't think anyone is really ready. I mean, I wasn't. I didn't even check the time when I went live. I literally got out of the bath and I was like, you know what? I think it's time to go live. And then just went. But yeah, it's just one of those things. But thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate love it. I gotta stop saying appreciate hate. I gotta start saying appreciate love. I don't know what to talk about either. That's another thing. Every time I need to like start actually scheduling what I'm going to talk about. No, I shouldn't do that because last time I did that, last time I did that, we didn't talk anything about it. We talked about quantum physics and shit. That was a fun one. I love going live and talking about stuff like that. It's interesting. I mean, if anyone else has any questions, don't be afraid to ask. It doesn't, if I can answer it, I'll answer it. If I don't answer it, then I probably don't know the answer to it. But yeah. Just keep yawning. Just how it's gonna be. But I will probably be on for like 10, 20-ish more minutes. just to see what happens, see if anything comes up or whatnot, and then after that I'll probably be off. Hopefully go to sleep. Hopefully do something different than the past 4 nights. I can't complain though. It's been interesting. I have started working on the tarot classes again. I had to take a little bit of a hiatus on that. Um, so if anyone's interested in the tarot classes or knows anyone who's interested in the tarot classes, uh, either send them the email or let them have the website, and we can do something with that. And at some point after, I'm kind of wanting to move the tarot classes from like Google Classroom to something else. Not that Google Classroom's bad, but there's has to be a better way. There has to. But it's not. It's. I mean, it's not like a bad way of doing it. It's just I'm not a fan of uh, whatever it is. What are they called? Slideshows. I'm not a fan of making presentations all the time. No, you're fine, Tiana. No worries. No worries. The stream's always gonna be up as always. It's how it is. I didn't even say your name right. I don't think. I'm sorry. It's just one of those nights. It is just one of those nights. I need to write something down while I'm actually thinking about it too. Or like we'll retrace something, I should say, instead of write something. I don't know why I said write something. I think that's all I need to do. My brain's like, see, that's the thing. I'm like also kind of a night owl, so ideas will just come rushing towards me at nighttime, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. I mean, there is things I can do to stop it. I'm just not going to. But yeah, if no one else has any questions, I'll give it like 3 minutes. Do a little hour-long stream, make it short, and I'll head off. But if anyone does have a question, ask, or forever hold your peace until like tomorrow when I stream or something. Because I'll be back tomorrow for sure. But our phobias, yeah, some phobias can be related to past life. Some people who are afraid of planes or afraid of driving might have had a death or a very tragic incident that happened to them in a past life within that, and it's part of their soul's mission to overcome that fear. And to overcome that fear doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do that thing, but to do the inner works. You know, sometimes the inner works involves you actually go, flying or riding in a certain type of car or whatever. But a lot, it can do a lot with past life stuff. Like the past fear of spiders could literally just mean you got bit by a spider and died from it. Like you got hit by a brown recluse or something, and then you just had that phobia. You know, it can be because it is trauma. Phobias can also be passed down from your parents. So if they had like a really strong phobia, that could be passed down through you through genetics as well. It really just depends on like who you are as an individual, and if like and just learning your own soul, learning yourself. Because I know, um, in one of my past lives, there was a car accident, and I think that plays into me having Panama seizures that prevents me from driving, which is really interesting. Um, mm, that's fair. That's fair. Usually phobias with disgust come from like gluttonous actions or not wanting to be gluttonous or lustful over something. From what I've noticed and what I've like researched and studied up on at least and meditated on. Um, but it's interesting. Um, I don't really know. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else it could be. I mean, sometimes phobias can just be from like really bad experiences that you've had this life. Yeah, see, I used to have a phobia of spiders too. I think it was because my adoptive mom, anytime a spider would appear, she would scream, "Kill it!" So she had a really big phobia of spiders. But I don't hate spiders. I'll pick them up. I'll help them. You might need to do some studying on the Anunnaki. Then at that point, if it's dragging you back there, you might have to do some research on that and see what all is going on with that. Because definitely, a lot of people tend to think like, oh, this thought pattern doesn't mean anything, but it does. It's connected to something. It wouldn't be sent to you. You know what I mean? All right, well, we'll see you later, Brittany. I'm about to go to bed. I'm about to just, and I like, I'm, if any, if anyone has any questions, ask them now, cause I'm about to click it, cause it is late. It's 1:38, and if I can't sleep, I at least want to rest my eyes for a short while, see what happens. Um, but yeah, welcome in. Can the divine leave you? No. You can. The divine can't leave you, and you can't leave the divine. The only thing that you can really do is ignore what the divine is giving you, because the divine is part of you. You're half animal, half divine, by nature. Um, well, really, you're a living soul, which in that itself is divine. If we're gonna break it down even further than that. So it's not that the divine's leaving you. It's the fact that you are blocking communication either by not listening, not doing what you need to do, something along those lines. And welcome in. But no, the divine can't leave you. You two you're attached to the divine. And anyone that tells you other divines left you is lying. They don't know what they're talking about. How do they know that the divine left you? Ask them those questions. If they can't answer them, it's on them. But you're conjoined twin with the divine. You can't leave it. You can't leave it, and it can't leave you. It's connected to you always. It's always going to talk to you and show you signs. It's always going to act through you and for you. You can't feel them anymore. Work on grounding. Work on not letting external things become oversensory. Sensory deprivation, that's what I'm thinking of. Thank you. Sensory deprivation, work with that. Like meditating, closing your eyes more. Even not just meditating, just focus on not being on electronics as much. Not being around stressful environments. Even if you're dealing with stressful environments from like an internal thing standpoint, don't allow yourself to like surround yourself so deeply into it. Like give yourself that space and breathing room. Go outside and if you are able to and like walk in the grass barefoot and really just ground to connect. Working with your crown chakra as well will really help you with that. Of course, of course. But yeah, I'm gonna I am gonna hop off. I'm gonna post this one last time for donations and the email and the website. But regardless, thank y'all for coming in. I think this is more of a secret stream than anything. I kind of enjoyed it. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here and being in the stream. I always love being here with y'all. I am very tired though, so I'm gonna go to bed or try to. But I love you all so much. Thank you all for everything that you do, and I will see y'all later.